Alright, so here's the new plan. We're pulling out the motor. You got to check on axles. I've never taken these axles out before. I don't know what's required. So you got to check on that. I'm going to get rid of disconnect the dog bone mount on the back there. You can see that nut that goes down to the subframe. We have to do the shift linkage, some more of the wiring harness for sure, and then just the motor mounts, clutch cable we gotta get. But other than that, for the top of the motor, we're pretty much good. We gotta get wherever this goes. It's attached down there to something. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. This piece of the wiring harness I've got up because it's just connected to the starter. It was all plugged into the rest of the harness. So these coolant tubes are undone. Throttle cables. So I'm gonna get underneath and see what I'm forgetting because there's probably more. There always is. Alright, so I'm a little sad because I was hoping that I'd be able to just drop the axles from the transmission and pull the engine trans right out without disconnecting the axles from the car, but I guess I have to pull the wheel off and the center nut and get everything apart. So that's going to take a lot longer, but that's alright. Alright, so this little impact was not having it. So I just applied a little bit of heat and she came right off. Only heated it for a couple of minutes. Just with a propane torch, you probably saw. So yeah, I got the bolt that holds in the ball joint off. So now we just have to pry that down, pry that control arm down, and we should be ready to roll. Alright, so we got that bolt out. I'm trying to pry down on it and it's not wanting to come down far enough, so I'm gonna unbolt the sway bar on both ends and hopefully that'll help it come down easier. Alright, so I took off the sway bar brackets on both sides and you can see it's partially out, but I can't get it to come down any further. I'm gonna try to find a better prying angle, but I'll start the video back up when I figure out what I'm doing. Finally, success. The pin was like this, and the spindle knuckle was like this, and that notch was getting caught. So I took my trusty wood block here, put it right up here, and put a ratchet strap from here to here, and just pulled it in a little bit, dropped right out. So I wish I figured that out a little sooner, but better late than never. So apparently on these cars, the fluid level in the transmission comes up above the axles, which I didn't know until I pulled the axle out and some fluid came out onto the floor. But now I got a pan on there, so let's try to get this thing out. All right, let's give her a hell. Fuck. Christ. That was really annoying. I can't wait to do it again. Alright, so watch me put together this side again, except for the axle. And then we'll get going on the other side. Hopefully that one goes a little easier. Alright, so now we're going to get into the other side. Same steps, but I'm going to try to get a better video, a little closer up on what I'm doing, hopefully. So let's get into it and see how it goes. Alright guys, so I'm hopefully giving you guys a better angle this time so you can see more of what I'm doing. I'll move it around too and make sure I'm getting a good angle, but we're going to go ahead and get the wheel off. This axle nut, the control arm bushing, or control arm ball joint, and then hopefully pop the axle right out. Hoping it goes easier, but let's do it. Oh shit. These are 3/8. Alright, I probably shouldn't be using this on impact, but I hope they can take it. Do not advise. Do not do this at home. This is a pretty shitty little impact. Fuck. So we're taking a break while the air compressor refills. We're gonna get the counter pin and this little cover off. Someone really fucked this up. That means give her hell. There she goes. Oh damn, this thing's cracking. Yeah, this thing's cracking all apart. I don't know if you guys can see it. It would probably help if my flash wasn't on. There's a bunch of... There's one right above my thumb there. There's like 3 of them. 4th one starting too. but that's just the lock nut, whatever you call it. Alright. What we're trying to get at here is this little bolt under here. Let me turn the wheel. So this right here is this is the nut side, but this is the bolt that I'm trying to get out. This holds the control arm in. Wow, I didn't think that would come right out like that, but that's cool. Alright, so now hopefully the same thing doesn't happen that happened to the last one, where the groove that this bolt goes in gets caught on right in there. Alright, so I'm pulling this in. Alright, there it goes. So I thought the center nut was keeping it on, but it turns out I was wrong. Center nut's still on. I just had to get the wood block pulling in a little harder in a different direction, and she popped right out. So yeah, I gotta get a socket, a deep impact socket, and probably a better impact to get that center nut off. Alright guys, so I bought this. It was expensive, and I don't like spending a lot of money, but I guess it'll be worth it. I didn't want to take the chance on a Harbor Freight impact wrench, so I got this one. It looks nice, this one. The tool feels nice, but the charger over there is super shoddy. But whatever, as long as the tool works well, that's what I'm buying. So alright, I also got these impact sockets. I just went to Tractor Supply and picked them up. I don't need a super nice set because I'm not gonna be hammering on them like real shop wood. Not, you know, all the time, not quite as often, but yeah. So I need the 1 1/4 is the only one I need, but I figured I should get metric and SAE or whatever, because it'll make this project go a lot quicker, I'm hoping. But it was only $40 for the 2 of these, so I figured that was a pretty good deal as well. Alright, so I've got it. Oh, it's on 2, not 1. I thought it was on 1. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, is that the power setting? Oh, that's the battery. Okay, it is on 2 battery. I don't know. Let's just go for a 3. Oh yeah. With 2 bars of battery. This is going to the garbage. So you can see, you follow the axle back, and there's a mount there. But I'm thinking that is a mount for the transition to the intermediate shaft, and this is probably just the same as the other side with the shaft slid in. So I'm gonna try to just pull it out. I don't know if it'll just come out. It will from this side, but I don't know about from that side. If not, it's not a big deal. It's just that. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, you love to see it. We'll get the pin back in, and then get the bolt through that. Put the wheels back on.